Ron, you just talked about like focusing on what really matters in your priorities in life. What advice do you have to practically focus on our purpose and who we want to be and what we want to do in life? Like, what can we do? Tangible advice that we can follow, especially now with all of the uncertainty of what's going to happen next and all the things that seem to distract us from our priorities. What advice can you give us?
The best advice that I can give you is we live in a world where we focus on our extrinsic value, right? When people ask us what we do, we say, I'm a teacher. When people say, in essence, who are you? We say, I'm a doctor, right? Because we identify with what we do rather than who we are. So the best advice that I can give is understand who you are as a human being and understand and focus on your intrinsic value, not your extrinsic value. Like we all can make contributions based on our own levels of intelligence, our own gifts that we have. But if we don't understand that we carry value as human beings, then we're lost already. So look at the riots that are going around in the world. We've lost so much respect for ourselves as human beings, and we've lost so much respect for other people as human beings that we can outright destroy other people's lives and other people's property without having a guilty conscience about it. We can drive down the road screaming at other drivers and giving the other drivers one finger waves because we don't have respect for other people, right? So it's important that when we understand that we as human beings have value, then we can have a better understanding that other human beings have value also. And so how do we make a difference in the world? We have respect for each other. We have to have mutual respect for each other. We live in a political climate today where you have two complete opposite sides of the spectrum that don't understand that the only time anything gets done is when we meet in the middle. It's when we compromise. So when I work together with my buyers of grain, for an example, my first comment to them is any contract that is good for both sides. That it has to be mutually beneficial for you and for me. It can't just be all about me, right? So we have to learn to take our eyes off of ourselves, look at other people, look at how we might all have differences, right? So we don't have a tendency to listen to other people's story, the other people's side of the story. We have a tendency to only want to hear our own. So we have become more divided as a society because we've lost this mutual respect for each other. That's something that we have to get back. We have to understand that we all have contributions to the world that we can make, even though our political beliefs, our religious beliefs, our social beliefs, whatever they are, even those might be completely far apart from each other, that we still bring value to society. And how can we more mutually work together to benefit the greater good?
I love that. I love how you talk about intrinsic value and basing your value and other people's value on who they are as a person, not what they do. And I wish I could go back and shake younger me and just be like, why are you judging yourself on what other people think? And why are you judging other people on what their status is? I love that.
Well, look at, and you're right. I mean, look at, okay, so go to the supermarket, right? And go to the tabloid section in the supermarket where you're waiting in line to get checked out. And what do you see? It's all about who people are based on what they do and how they look. And so we have people in the world that think that they don't have value because they don't look like society tells them that they should look. And so we're basing ourselves on our extrinsic value rather than what's inside of our heart, what's inside of our spirit, what's inside of our soul. Who are we as people? And so we have to get back to, and that's the point of our book, is we have to get back to the basics of society. What foundationally makes us great as human beings?